Hi guys, today we're gonna be reacting to Bar Dark. Gamers don't deserve shit. Johoronos unhinged rant claims we need to shut up and consume content. I honestly hate fucking like execs, CEOs, even developers who always try to say this shit like, "Oh, shut up and consume the content." You dumb bitch. I work a fucking full-time job. I barely have enough money to support myself, and the money I do have left over. Do you really think I'm going to buy a product I do not believe will be good, or do not believe is good? Do you think I'm really just going to cough up the money and pay you for that shit? No, I'd rather go pay somebody that actually listens to the consumer, who actually makes a product worth the shit. But here we go. Here we stand against these people, you weirdos.
It is absolutely crazy to me that professional video game quote-unquote critics and video game journalists hate this industry so much. There
Oh
are
yeah,
millions upon millions of people out there
they don't
who would
speak for the
love
gamers
to
anymore.
write articles about their favorite hobby, yet these people act like they are being forced into this industry and they hate it and they're going to let you know that. And now Aftermath has written a article that is getting a bit of traction again that says a
Okay.
game doesn't need to be by and for fans.
Well, then I don't need to buy the game. Just like as the company doesn't need my money.
I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live
Ah,
streams, and
coffee.
consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, this was an article that was actually
That's
posted at the
wild,
very end
honestly.
of January, but the reason why it's getting quite a bit of traction again is because Life is Strange Reunion has finally released. And so I thought we could talk about this just because of how insane it is that you would ever say that people do not deserve good stories and games don't need to be by and for fans. Because why would I trust you to write a game or a movie or a TV show if you don't care about the existing source material, if you want to rewrite it, if you want to
When they people release games and like they make a world like Warhammer and like it becomes super big or not even super big even like, but they have an established lore. It's cool and people respect that and like the lore and like they follow the lore religiously. And when you have somebody who consumes the purchases the company or this product company and wants to change it, completely rewrite it, yes, people are going to be mad because something that's already been established and been the same for say 20 years, and you're coming in and you're going to say, even though we know nothing about it, excuse me, sorry about that, we're going to just change it because, well, fuck you. We don't care about you. We want to be inclusive. We want the money. Well, then you do the polar opposite of wanting the money. I don't get like where they think this is gonna like turn them a profit. I guess they're trying to appease both sides, but really they're only appeasing one side, and that one side doesn't even ever really buy their shit. So it's just really wasting money at this point.
change it. These are major problems happening
We're losing
in
it.
this industry. So it says, with the announcement of Life is Strange Reunion, fans of the series will see cultured bisexual wonderkin Max reconnect with the
Uh,
sardonic sex mess Chloe. It's a reunion long coming, bringing two iconic characters face to face again. Marketed as by and for fans of the original and promising to give Max and Chloe the ending they deserve, Reunion is sure to please many players, but there's an important question contained in all of the promotion. What do
mm-hmm.
fans deserve, and what, if anything, do characters deserve?
The fans deserve the product, a faithful product of what the previous ones were doing. But and if you say the fans don't deserve that, well then you can make your game, but just don't be surprised when it sells like dog shit.
As well, people deserve a high quality product, good storytelling, and
Yeah,
overall an
yeah.
amazing experience. When people purchase something. They don't expect to be slapped in
She's
the
right.
face,
She's a lot
baited
better
and
at this than I am.
switched, and then for the product to be absolutely terrible and not meet your expectations. And yes, good
That bait and switch. That shit reminds me of like when Sweet Baby Inc. talked about doing shit like that with the games, like for Steam, like making a game and like hiding all the DEI content behind like, and like you won't see it until like 2 hours into the game, so then you can't actually refund it on Steam. I'm like, how diabolical and evil that is. I would hope that Steam would actually just accept the refund anyway, instead like the content was hidden, that purposely hidden behind the 2 hour mark, that would displease the players. That'd be hilarious.
characters do deserve good stories as well. I know they're not people and they don't like, ooh, see things the way we do and like, oh, they're living in the real world and of course they're going to respond to the situation, but you know what I mean. Good characters don't deserve sloppy storytelling. Lara Croft deserves better than the modern trilogy. Characters like Master Chief deserve better than Halo 5 and even Halo Infinite. Kratos deserves
Halo's gone
better
downhill.
than the Norse saga. These characters deserve
Kratos wasn't that bad.
better.
It was
says
bad,
I'm
but
not
not that
judging
bad.
anyone excited to see these characters share the screen again, and I'm not judging any developer of the game who's enthused to breathe fresh life into this couple, of course, so modernize it. And I haven't
Yeah, but like I'm hearing a but in there. I'm hearing like a but, like the way she's saying this, like I hear a but.
played Life is Strange Reunion, I might stream it on the channel because I've heard that it is very cringe and basically they sacrifice the storytelling around every other character except for these two, and that the story is just really mediocre, which is unfortunate for the people that were excited for this. I personally have never gotten big into Life is Strange, but
I heard like I remember when Life, if I remember right, when Life is Strange first released, that like didn't they like release it in parts or something like that? Like it was like a first and a second part. Because I remember like it was popular, or at least somewhat popular. And like I think they saw like a second part release or something like that, and that was less popular. But maybe I misremember because like I remember it was like a story-based game, like the what was that one company that used to make story games that you played basically the story? They made a Batman game, a Borderlands game. Was it Telltales? No. What was that company called? They brought 7 Days to Die to consoles. Then they got then they went bankrupt and got bought by another company. Ah, what was it called? I forgot the company's name. Whatever it was, their name was. Like, man, like, I didn't really care for their games. They were interesting. I will say that. They were interesting, they were cheap, pretty well written, but not really, they weren't good enough to justify buying, like, all the time. They also made, like, Minecraft Story Mode, which was really cool.
at the same time, like, I don't
At least
want
I think
it
they
to
did.
be trash for the people that want to enjoy it. It's like I even say with games like Dustborn or Concord or Highguard or Flintlock the Siege of Dawn. I want everybody to be able to enjoy every single game. I don't want tons of games to release and for them to be trash, but
Yeah, I don't want that either.
think a lot of people expected a lot out of Reunion. Though
See, I get tired, like, I don't get hyped and, like, excited about video games anymore like I used to. Because I've got my hopes up so many times in recent years just to be utterly and completely and utterly disappointed when they release. I didn't even have, like, high intentions for Power World. I thought, man, it's going to be like a Pokemon clone, it's going to be dog shit, and it just looks really bad. It released, I actually bought it because it looked like fun. And it was, what not just was, is amazing. One of my favorite games to ever release. I cannot remember, if I think about it, I cannot really remember the last AAA game I bought and actually very much loved. That's like released in recent years. Like, let me actually try to think of one real quick. Assassin's Creed was shit. I didn't buy the Shadows. What was the last? I don't remember. I think the last Assassin's Creed I bought was Valhalla. I actually liked Valhalla. Okay, I can remember. I know one. The Avatar game, the with the blue characters. I actually liked it. Was it a good game? Kind of. I would say it's really mid, but that's all I can really say. It's like it was a mid game, and I picked it up on sale. I love the character customization, and honestly, I took the character and commissioned somebody and remade the character to make her attractive. Because like they don't really like to make your character attractive in certain games like that because it's made by Ubisoft. But that's like the only thing I could think of like recently that I bought like maybe 7 months ago that I liked. It was a AAA game. I think it was AAA at least. Because like the world was beautiful, the gameplay was fun, but then the gameplay also gets repetitive. You run out of things to do. There's not a lot of weapons. Not a lot of cosmetic looks or anything like that either. The game was pretty much abandoned. They don't really release cosmetics for like the deal. They do not release cosmetics like new cosmetics, which is a real shame because like I actually liked how the character looked and I wanted to actually, crazy enough, purchase a cosmetic that actually looked cool to make her look cool. But there's like 10 to 15 cosmetics. And honestly, they don't look that great on her. They just kind of look like shitty deals, and like some of them force certain haircuts on her, and I'm like, nah, I don't like this. But yeah, as I was saying, like the Avatar game, it's a mid game. I guess that's the only thing I've recently bought that I could say was AAA. It's kind of good, mid to good, I'd guess. But let's resume.
When the developers promise that it is by and for fans and that they are going to give you the ending that you and these characters deserve, you just expect better. And the reason why I wanted to cover this isn't even just because of Life is Strange, but it is because of the way that the
best purchase I've ever made has to be Baldur's Gate 3. I've never completed Baldur's Gate 3 because it's hard as shit for me. Because, like, I have no patience at all. I'm going to be honest, I have no patience at all. So, Baldur's Gate 3 is, like, nearly impossible for me to actually sit through and get beat. Because I understand nothing of D&D. Really. And while it's fun, it is amazingly fun. It's just, the mechanics for me overwhelm me, and I lose, I have a hard time paying attention. So, I fall off after, finding, the evil person that's holding the druid. I once killed everybody in the camp until the druid showed up and beat my ass.
Journalist covers this entire situation. Scrolling all the way down past the glaringly obvious problems in this article that prove the journalist does not understand these characters, as many people have pointed out in the comments of Chloe pushes people away, while Chloe had previously said that she would quote-unquote take her back in a heartbeat, and that she was clearly feeling very strong emotions, and that Chloe doesn't just push characters away. They say characters don't deserve anything, and I don't think fans do either. The goal of a story cannot simply be to satiate the hunger of fanatics or to smooth out the ripples of a world. Even the most indulgent self-insert fan fiction arguably operates on higher goals than this. The writer crafts the silly tale in order to address something in their soul. You don't write to fix a story, it ideally addresses something inside us. You don't write because fictional characters need it. You write because you need it. You do it because there's something in you that needs to be said, which is so funny because they completely are arguing against their point of that fans don't deserve anything because it's the writer's story. But at the same time, why the fuck are these writers putting out a product? Then they're writing it for the fans and
exactly. If it's not for the fans, then who the fuck are you making this product for? Like, really, if if it's not for the fans, are you just making this product and publishing it for yourself? Because you spent a lot of money to make it. And if it's not for the fans, then the fans aren't going to buy it, which then means you're going to lose money and miss out on money. I don't know about y'all, but like I wouldn't turn down free money, especially in today's economy, man. Like that shit.
So you are saying that ultimately, if a fan fiction or a story heals something inside of the writer, there are going to be people that are also going to connect with that story, and then it's going to fix something in them. But you just said that
No.
it's not for the fans, so how the fuck does that even make sense?
They
They
do
say
kinda-
maybe that's
yeah.
happening with Reunion, maybe solving the story of Max and Chloe, addressing some yearning on the part of the storytellers. I don't know their hearts. What I do know is that many people create art to make life more bearable, safely
understand that.
explore dangerous situations, or maybe to give themselves the voice that the various injustices and pressures of the real world have robbed from them. Even the most crass and selfish writing, and even the most mature fiction, must do something more than exist for its own sake. The line is blurry in this case. What are we doing? Are we making something true or something marketable? Said another way, if you're making something with the intention to market it far and wide, does that make it harder, impossible even, to still write something soul soothing and true? This is such an insane take to have, that you think that this is what people want to read from video game journalists. You basically
I want everyone to remember this. Video game journalism is dead. It's no longer for the players. It's just people self-inserting and writing their own opinion that is politically driven. Or what's it called? Virtue signaling. They used to be they would write for the gamers. Like they were actual gamers and they would write for gamers, like the majority gamers. Now that has changed. It's no longer for the gamers. It's for theirself and like the virtue signal bullshit that nobody cares about.
saying, go
My bad.
F yourself. And they also talk about the state of the world, that we're on the brink of war and certainly in the throes of ecological collapse. The games industry itself is imploding, with jobs lost by the thousands and studios fizzling away into the ether. You need to understand the video game industry better. You need to understand products better. The only reason a video game is releasing is so that people can connect with the characters, but also so that companies can make money. If companies are releasing something that is trash, they do not deserve monetary support from it, and that means that their studio closes down, there's jobs lost. Maybe you should actually understand that people do deserve good stories, and a game does need to be made by and for the fans, and they are
completely
getting
based and
destroyed
honest
over
right there.
this, rightfully so. Aftermath had reposted this. Now that Reunion has finally come out, they're trying to engagement farm a little bit, and people are saying
Might as well rage bait at this
things
point.
like Chloe pushes people away, while Chloe and all from the original studio, and it basically says that she does actually care about characters, and she does actually care about Max, and that she is feeling very deeply. An article worthy of the degenerate access journalists that you are. Chloe pushes people away. F off, you tourists. Look at how you retards hate that the customer and not you freaks have the power. This is an article written before Reunion came out. DE wasn't really daring. It was a reskinned version of the first game that ended with Max not making a choice. Did the writer play DE because they couldn't have played Reunion back in January? Wow, the writer doesn't understand Chloe at all. This to me is truly a hilarious situation, because Aftermath, just like the Kotakus, the Polygons, the Gamers, all of these outlets, they're so desperate for attention. They're so desperate for clicks.
See, if they would actually like write for the gamer again, they would get attention again. But they know that they wouldn't get early access codes. That's the whole reason they do it. They do all this to get early access codes. Well, early access codes aren't going to matter when you people stop reading your articles, people stop giving you money, people stop subscribing, because they just don't give a shit, because you will provide a delusional take that nobody agrees with. if they actually went back and started being based again, people would actually show up to read their shit. Then they'd make money again. Yes, they'll lose access to codes. But then here's what you do. You review the game when it releases. You give your honest take. And you make money. Now, the studio might not like you. But that doesn't fucking matter because it's fair use. And you can make a review and you can make an article about the game. And as long as it's not defamation, you're just fine. Like, for it to be defamation, you have to pretty much slander somebody, or lie about somebody. Like, I don't think you can get defame a game. You would have to. I don't know if you lie about a game. I don't know. I don't think they could sue you for lying about a game, but I wouldn't be sure about that. I don't know the law, but on that part.
That they will just spew lies and BS and then try to attack the very people they need to read their articles and monetarily support them, and then they get roasted on social media. And of course they deserve it, because takes like this are absolutely insane. Just goes to show they don't know the material that they're talking about. And I don't think anybody expected any better from these video game journalists. But yeah, this is just a wild take to have, and they are getting destroyed for it. But that's all that I really had to discuss.
Alright. That was Vara Dark. If you'd like to watch the original video, it'll be down in the link, down in the description below. So, I will also be doing, I will be doing another recording here in a minute. For anyone still here, I am sorry that my video did not go up on Tuesday. I was going to record it Sunday, but I got tired and went to sleep, and then Monday I got off early, and was going to record it when I got off, but then my tooth started hurting, gave me a headache, so then I didn't feel in the mood to react and feel like I couldn't give y'all a faithful reaction of what my thoughts would have been on the video, so I didn't do the recording then either, because I don't want to be disingenuous to you guys. I want to give my honest opinion, my honest take, as best as I can, and I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope y'all can forgive me.